Today is a special day, just like every day. I'm warming up right now, so this won't be the actual video unless it turns out to be a good one. I usually don't warm up, actually. I usually just set the scene and start to speak. And I think that perhaps that is the best way for me. That way I don't overthink, which is something that I can tend to do, and maybe you can relate. We oftentimes live in the future, and so much of my practice these days is about being present and trusting that more and more I'm actually able to best serve and be my best self in the present moment. I am going to begin teaching at a new location here in Santa Fe, the Santa Fe University of Art and Design, which I actually graduated from probably 10 years ago. And to come back around and teach there feels pretty special. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I've learned, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, to trust the process, and yet there certainly is some preparation for the class that I want to do. It's going to be 2 sections, 2 classes of 30 students, and they're freshmen, so they're brand new, coming from all over the country, maybe even other countries, and joining together on their college adventure. It's what an initiation. So my class, among other faculty who's teaching this as well, and we just met last week, so that's why it's on my mind and I'm really excited about it. I wanted to share a little. We will be teaching a course called Who Am I? And this is the opportunity for all the freshmen in all the different departments. So we're talking music, liberal arts, creative writing, dance, theater, studio arts, psychology, etc., coming together, landing together, orienting into this new space that they're going to coexist in for the next 2 to 4 years, 4 years probably. And the course is called Who Am I? So we're going through the lifespan, in many ways, creatively, to explore who we are. Now that question is so broad. That is such a big question. Who am I? It's the ultimate question. And so many different directions that you can go with that, and so many different ways you can ask that question, so many different contexts from which you can respond. Philosophically, psychologically, metaphorically, archetypally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Who am I? So rich, potentially overwhelming, but really, really exciting, really creative, really dynamic. So I, in just 3 or 4 weeks, about a month, I'm going to start week 1 of that course. So I want to invite you into a journey with me so that we can track this process. It's the first time I'm teaching it, hope to teach it again and again and again, but I want to use this video documentation as a way to really explore what's going on in the class, and likely the 2 sections will feel very different. I may even spontaneously do different things in different courses, and so I want to track myself as to what I'm learning about how to facilitate dialogue such as who am I in a creative way. And so we certainly have different projects in mind, and of course have to stay open to new ideas that may emerge. So I want to take you with me on that, and I also wanted to mention some other pieces that I'm interested in developing in my professional work, and that is utilizing the body's wisdom, the alignment with body, emotional, spiritual, in my work with clients. Typically, I'm focused on the mental, emotional realms through psychology, and yet art therapy offers another dimension into that. But I feel called to begin to really bring the body into the work. And whether that be simple stretching awareness, somatic awareness, more in sessions with clients, and actually taking them through an experiential, because when I run, which I did this morning, and it was really hot, but it was really great. I went longer than I usually do. You know, I get stronger and stronger every week, every month. It feels like you can really tell in terms of how far you can go and your heart rate and the speed at which you're able to maintain throughout. So I'm really seeing the progression there. But what also is happening for me are these emotional releases and these kind of push through portals of inspiration as I go. So what's happening is my mind is so clear and it's able to sort of process, whatever little things are up, and I can kind of consider, what's on the agenda for the week. But then all of that begins to just settle and you're just moving, and you can just keep going, and you're clear in such a way that there's enough space for other things to come that you don't typically have time for, perhaps. And those moments can be enhanced in the movements as you're running. As I'm running, I also often am stretching and twisting the muscles and doing some kinds of dancing in a way, and just rhythmic release, or taking positions even that feel liberating for me. Often I feel like I'm actually stretching my wings, and that I'm expanding my wingspan, and that I'm building the thick muscles of my gluteus maximus, when I'm running, and imagining them as, trunks, or really sturdy. We just lost the paper. It's flying away. It's all fine. Safe and good and free. And these different ways in which I am considering my body as a natural environment, my body as a mythopoetic vessel, in that I can create a story, even just as simple in the moment. The fact that I am expanding my wings does something to my soul, right? Even in that consideration, my mind choosing to go along with the story that, yes, in fact, I am doing that. In doing that, my heart also opens, my mind is tickled, and my spirit is just delighted in that simple realization. And whether it's true or not, my imagination allows it to be in that moment, and it really takes my exercise, which that word doesn't do it justice, to a whole nother level. It is way beyond what I once understood or thought exercise was, like, I've gotta do this, and like it's stressful and it's exhausting and you've gotta like work really hard. It's the same paradigm with working, as if you have to plan for 3 months and just put your whole self at risk in order to do what it takes to get some job done, right? Old paradigm thinking. So not only in my work, staying in the present moment, trusting that the right, rituals and reasonings will come for the classes that week, and then the next week will be such that it is, and that presence that I bring, but also in the mode of exercise, that I can in fact enjoy it, not only on a physical level, but on an emotional, spiritual, mental, etc. So I invite you to do that. And part of what I began to say is, in my own professional work, I'm considering taking people sort of with me through my routine, like literally, meet me at the park. We're gonna move together, and we're going to speak to ourselves, while having a somatic experience, so that in our soliloquies, of soma, we can experience our souls and new ways of being, and in fact liberate and even construct some new stories of our reality. This can be potentially very powerful, very transformative work, and I'm interested in this. I look forward to expanding my clientele in this way, and I'm really honored today to share. And I think this video will in fact be posted and not just a warm-up. So thank you for listening. Have a beautiful creative day. I know that it's in you to change your life if you so desire, or appreciate the one you have on an even deeper level. Happy to be a part of this journey with you. Thank you for your time. It's most valuable, most sacred. I am touched from my delicious fairy heart to yours.